Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is the month of November. October is firmly behind us, and that means I can record basics games again. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Dwyrin. This is my basic series, in which case we are going to be playing against queues on Taijam with a very select number of rules. Those rules are we're going to stick to the inherent basics, but with a slight focus. We are going to just try and learn how to fight today. That is the goal. However, just because our goal is to learn how to fight today, I do want to point out, as was mentioned in the previous video, our opponent does have to pass a kind of test in order to get us to fight him. And that is, so I'm not passing along bad habits, he has to give us something worth fighting over. We're not going to just randomly ignore large moves, overplay, and start fighting for no reason. If we're going to be fighting, it will be for a very good reason, so he has to kind of pass that test. Alright, we got a game and we are white. Gonna throw up coordinates as well as a basic greeting. And we're just gonna take diagonal opening so we can just get along with whatever. Gonna go with 4/4s again. Sanrinsei. Alright, this is slowly turning something that I might have to fight over because he's gonna try to grow a large area. Gonna approach a corner. This is all equal, so I don't really care. Now here, I'm going to do something. I'm not actually going to jump out. I'm going to play into the 3-3 point because I don't see, if I jump out, what am I going to do? Am I going to lean on this and let both these sides live? Am I going to get a wall to nowhere? Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, so I'm just going to go into his corner and connect on back. Alright, he has a large wall now, so I will take his last large point from him. Alright, now we're slowly getting somewhere, because there's a weak point opening up here, there's some, there's a large area over in here. Okay. Tell you what, I will defend that, because if he gets to attack, he gets to expand and attack, and I don't really want that to happen. Because he wants to use the influence for something. That something is usually to attack something, and if I play away, then it'll be to attack this, and I don't think that's very nice. However, I'm going to make a slight adjustment. Rather than play here, I'm actually going to play over here and let him come in, because he's pincered if he does. And we'll see how that works out for us. Completely irrelevant, he didn't do it. Okay. Well, I could pincer here, but you can see I'm fighting over only a few lines of territory, or I could, try and develop this, so I shall. I now have Sente. Well, I suppose I'm going to jump on in. 'Cause it's okay to invade this area. I'm going to jump on it and do the invasion. I could grow. That's the other one. I could grow or I could invade. If I grow here, he'll play there. I'll kick and then I back off and get like a thing. Growing is probably better, isn't it? I do have a framework as well. I'll tell you what, I will grow. By growing, we're peeking into here and giving us somewhere to run to. Alright, now I want to prevent him from going underneath me now that I'm trying to grow. I want to lean on this stone, make this area over here strong. Okay, very bizarre, but sure. Yep, that's bizarre too, because he can't extend up. We gotta fight! We've got to fight. Alright. This is where the fun starts. So we now need to decide which of our groups are weaker. Is it the 4 stones here or the 2 stones here? 3 liberties, 4 liberties, and a potentially captured stone and backup. The weak stones are not these. It's these. So I'm going to go and make... I don't know. I think this one is actually pretty decent because if he pushes I can cut. But maybe you can't read the pushes Sente. It's also a shape point, though. If you can't read the pushes Sente and that I have a shape point here, you're in trouble. But tell you what, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say maybe you missed that this is going to be a Sente move. So I'll do this. Because you can see if I played here, I would have been able to play here now. And then this would have been, you know, not a thing. Unfortunately, now it is. Instead, I'm going to... Oh, I really want to play that move so freaking badly. I'm going to make a table shape. Getting shape for myself first. Not worried about this group, because these two stones can't completely surround these 2 points. That just doesn't even make sense. Again, I want to play here. I really want to play here. Oh man, do I want to play here. If I play here, then I can bamboo, and then if he jumps, I can cut through him. If he hanes, I can double hane in return. Because he wants to play here and then go... I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm fixing my shape. That's all there is to. Alright. What is the goal here? I will connect. And then I'm going to cut through. These stones are now going to die. Or this stone is. You can't save it all. Go here now? You can go here, and then turn, but this stone's mine. And that cutting point's also going to be a problem. So this area just got destroyed because he didn't protect his cutting point. Ooh, that's also Sente. If I turn here, Atari, and then descend, right? And then he's dead. Now I can just throw in. Because the Hane here also kills. We can see we have 1, 2, 3 liberties here. There's 3 liberties on each. If he plays the Hane here, there's still 3 liberties no matter what, so the throw-in is completely acceptable. And thus the game is over. All I did this game was take advantage of a vital point. That turn was a vital point, and he blissfully ignored it. So we cut through him. Well, that's not bad. I can see what he's trying to do here, because I can't like play here or like Hane there or Hane here, but I can still go here for the 3 liberties I need in order to live. And if I cut through here, these stones are dead. Like right now I could cut through, well not now, but let me read out this real quick. Tell you what, I'm gonna just, I don't know, Atari? Does that do anything bad? I don't think so. Actually, if I go here, what if he goes here? Does it turn into like some weird ko or something? Maybe. I don't know, I'm just gonna play here then, I think. And then I'm gonna go play here. I'll kill off these stones or I'll kill off these stones. I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying for some kind of weird ko. Alright, there we go. No longer any weird ko, so we're good with that. Now I can play here. I'm letting him connect here a little bit, but, you know, that's okay. I can take this. That was in Sente, because if I push through here, that dies again. I can cut through here. That's dead too. This is only 2 liberties. These have 4, so I can actually play the Hane here. So we're counting. Counting is very important when you're fighting. You don't want to be off by a liberty. See? Again, 3 verse 2, so I don't care. I'm going to connect. He extended out 3 verse 2, and feel free to use your time to verify that. Make sure that you are 1 up. Because if you use 10 seconds to re-verify that you're still ahead by a liberty, then it's more than worth it. So instead we're going to make this nice and strong. So here's a cutting point, or not a cutting point, shape point. I kind of want to take it for myself because this really, really controls his eye shape. If I play here, he can poke there. He can poke there for table shape, for maybe an eye. If I play here, though, what can he do? What can he do? Not a lot, right? So we're going to take that shape point for himself, ourselves, sorry. We did it over here, and now we're doing it over here. If I play here, he gets to clamp and force a capture, which I don't like, so I didn't do it. So this game mostly is all about liberties. This game is all about liberties. A shape point and a liberty. That's all that we did here. We built up as we were able to. I'm connecting here so I don't leave forcing moves behind, by the way. That way I can continue my efforts to surround. I'm seeing if I move here, there's a weird point there I don't want to take. I don't want that to come back and haunt me, so I'm going to play here instead. I'm minding my shape point. At this point, we also don't care if we kill him or not, because once we have this wall, we can play a move here and really profit. In fact, I might actually choose to let him live to highlight this fact. Yeah, let's let him live. If he plays here, he can live. He shouldn't, but I'll let him live just to highlight that point. Like, surrounding right now is really, really good. In December, there's going to be a string of videos where we're going to be giving our opponent exactly what he wants. In this case, I would let this thing completely live, but we're still going to win with it. Like, right now we're getting into some fighting, we're getting into some counting, all that stuff. But next month in December, we're going to be just letting all of this live in our games and show you how powerful it is just to be able to surround things. So if he goes here, I'm not even going to do anything weird. I'm just going to, yeah, whatever, you're alive. I'm going to take the large point now. So you can see if this is alive, and it's not because I couldn't play it here, but if this was alive, right, it would have been alive with 2, maybe 3 points. So the question is, did we get more from this last move? Did we get more from this last move than what he's getting with those 2 or 3 points? Sorry about that. Sorry. Oh, this is going to be a great week. My voice is already failing me. So we have this. It's hard to grow, and if I do grow, it's only like 2 or 3 lines. But you can see he has forcing moves in here, right? I could play here, and I'm going to, because it prevents him from really securing this. Because if he goes here, I'm going to Atari here, and if he goes there, it's self-Atari, right? So this is not a Tsuji. So we're going to play here first. This is now his newfound area of trying to get territory from. Now, note this move is interesting, but if he plays here and I connect, Heath goes in, and suddenly I'm in a snapback. That could be dangerous, right? So we're going to do a bamboo, and we're not going to do the diagonal, doing weird there, because these 3 liberties have to be respected. The minute you don't respect these 3 liberties, that's the minute you die horribly. He's pushing us out, so we're going to do it, because if I play here, I can see that that's the life and death status of this group is, yeah, okay, so he's alive. We're now battling only for these points. That seems small, right? The minute you, and feel free to do this in your games, the minute you actually start hovering your mouse over what you think you're fighting for, it becomes a little bit easier to visualize whether it's worth it to keep playing there or not. Like, I could do this, or I could do this, right? That one right there seems larger. That one right there seems larger. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a move like this, and try to get this for myself, rather than keep fighting over this little section here. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to extend, because if I Hane, then he gets to Atari. He's still worried about life, which was completely obvious. Tell you what, I'm going to give him one more move. I'll take one more move here for myself. Keep an extra point here. He has to respond. Yep, there we go. I'm going to take the corner for myself. Now that the 3-3 is gone, 3-3 is big because that was this, right? Again, you can kind of get a sense of what's larger. Like that I just protected before I went after this. I want to be alive completely in the corner, so I don't want to leave that behind. This was actually a very good move from him. And in fact, before I played here or here, I could have played this maybe. Okay, he's trying to get here for himself. I don't want him to reduce me too heavily here. I could play the shoulder hit, but it gets the cut, and I don't want to read the cut, so I'm just going to extend and threaten to come in. Now look what he made here. He made a large knight, so if I really was desperate to come in here, I could read the attachment here goes into a cut, that cut goes into a ladder, so if I was to play something like this first, I could get in this for free. Like by threatening to play here. Ooh. Ooh. I could Atari here and counter it, because if I play here, and then he goes through here, I don't know how he actually, it doesn't do anything, does it? I mean, what's he going to do? Push through? This doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. So we're going to attach here instead. To defend against this, because he can't cut through, we've established that. Even if he could, that would be terrible. So he's going to go this way or this way. If he goes this way, I'll go this way. And then if he cuts me, I'm going to extend to defend the weak stone here, because he still can't cut through me here. Yeah, there we go. He could do this one. This one's Sente. Okay. So I can still, if you can read that out, if I go here, I can still do this because we just let it work, right? But I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and poke a little bit. I'm not going to do anything too tricky. I'm just showing you that it was there, and that we can kind of, you know, put in ladder breakers to get cool things like that working. Also, I can play here now if I really wanted to. That's kind of cool. But we're going to play this one instead, because this one is, yeah. That might be okay. Usually you can cut through this. I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to go and play here. Try to get my forcing moves and end the game. Because I am rich in territory. He is this. This is all he is. So because I'm rich in territory, I don't really feel compelled to keep fighting. I did the fighting. I took advantage of this. We surrounded. My shape there is terrible. So we fought and we won. I think because this game was only like, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 minutes long, I might do an ooh. Okay, so here he wants to cut through. That's the danger. He's saying, I want to cut through because I can Atari. And if I can Atari, then I can Atari. That's definitely a problem. So I could play here. He cuts through. But then there's an Atari here again, too. So I'm just going to connect. Just going to connect. Same thing here. He's threatening almost the exact same thing. I'm going to connect again. Last minute invasions. Last minute invasions. So I'm going to let this live because I'm okay. However, if I wanted to kill it, I would play here. Him blocking here is Gote. If he extends, then I would come down here. And then he would have, like, this area in order to try to live with.
8,
and you can see there's only a few there, and that's not enough.
4, 3.
That's not enough at all. But I'm going to go ahead and let this live. This is Sente, because he needs to play here afterwards. Yep, right there. Actually, it's still dead. Okay, we can kill it that way too. Accidental, but I am going to let it live. Yep, there you go. He's alive. It got rid of the territory here, though, so it seems pretty good, right? I'll just reduce this for myself. Seems okay. Seems completely fine. Protecting that, that's fine. Got maybe 2 points of territory up here. This is kind of dangerous. There's like a cutting point here. I can take advantage of this one. If he extends and I go over. If he extends and I go over, then I can Hane here and break in yet again. So you can see the danger. Oh, good, good. I like that. I like that. That was a very good defense. I'll play here and defend my one stone. He'll Tari me and I'll connect. And then because we have this and a lot of over here and some over there plus Komi, I'm not really afraid of this over here. 2 liberties. Can you get rid of 2 liberties? No, because I got 2 here. He pushes through. Yeah, okay. I'll Hane here, putting this question into life or death status again. You'll have to connect. Oh, no, isn't. He's fine. I'm sorry. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He can play there. Oh, be careful. Please, be careful. Be very, very careful. I should be telling myself to be careful, shouldn't I? If he plays here, and I played there, and he plays there... No, I have 2 liberties. I got this one and this one. Okay. That, I thought I made a really huge mistake on camera there for a minute there. Not entirely convinced I didn't, but I think we're okay. I connect here, and I've got 2 liberties. Right? 1 and 2. Though he was looking at the exact same point that I was. So good for him. Good for him. This area's nice sized, I admit. But you can see what I mean. Why your opponent needs to give you a reason to fight. Like, he gave me a reason to fight this, then I was ahead and I had no reason to fight anymore. So we just played nice and strong and took our territory, even let him live in our corner, we didn't even care. And we didn't even count, we're just like estimating. If you wanted to count, you could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2. He resigned. By like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
Thank you.
5.
Yep.
4.
Let's let that count down.
2. 1.
Alright. And then you could realize, like, is that worth as much as this? No way. No way. Like, even if this right here was worth this right here, you still have to equal this, that, and Komi. So it's just too much. So let's recap how that happened. He played Sanrense. We approached from the outside. We did not approach from the inside despite wanting to get into a fight. Just because you want to fight, just because you want to learn how to fight, you want to get better at fighting, doesn't mean you do crazy things like, alright, I'm just gonna make myself a weak group over here and start fighting. Like, maybe if you're giving handicap to someone like a lot lower rank than you, okay, but that's not what fighting is. Shut up. That's not what fighting is. So we approached normally, went to the corner because there's no real reason to come out. Like, what is that giving me? It's giving him this, it's giving him this. Doesn't seem like it's giving him much of anything. I could lean over here. Oops. There we go. And get a wall, but what's that gonna do? I mean, I don't have a stone here to use the wall with, so what's the point? So we went to the corner, blocked off his expansion. This, by the way, for those of you who are more territorially inclined, you could make this a small or a large knight as well. That'd be completely a-okay. We invited him to do what I just showed you, and that's this kind of variation. This is how we were going to start our first fight, where we were going to see about maybe attacking this little group over here. Get some shape. He has to be careful. He can't just, do this, because even playing horribly with a crude move at 8, you can see cuts through. He declined our invitation, so we just built up like so. And now, if we have this, we kind of have the San Rincés variation too, right? Only we didn't do the pincer. We're just like taking territory and expanding. So it's very much an even game still. This is slightly misplayed. If you want to play actual variation, he would play this and then maybe try to use this as an invasion point later, right? If I'm too aggressive, he gets this, this, and this, and then maybe something on the outside, because now there's pushing and cuttings. This would be pretty good. And all that simply using forcing moves. Here is the first true fight of the game. And what I really need to do right now is play here. He needs to defend. Maybe defend this way. Yeah, maybe defend this way. And then we can do whatever. We can play here still. We can play over here. If he plays over here, we can play over here. Now you might say, but what about this? You can't play this because it's a cutting point. And you're right, you can't. Which is why if you played that, I would play here. And then he only has 3 liberties again, where I have, more. Made himself a table shape. Can't believe he did it. He pushed through. That was slightly too much for me, because he's wanting to do this, right? Something like this. I think this is what he was kind of aiming for in order to live. But he didn't really deserve those forcing moves when he's trying to cut apart a table, especially when I have a forcing move right here. He could try and defend this now, though, but he didn't defend that either, so he didn't defend his group, and now this is not really good. He could play here, right? I have 2 liberties still. I can't drop down again, otherwise I have 2 liberties versus not 2 liberties. Nothing here really works. It almost works if I had 1 extra liberty, but not quite, right? So after this one, you go here, and then if he makes the mistake of playing here, you can drop down again, because again, counting liberties, just counting those stupid liberties, right? We're pretty good here. So instead, we play here, and then we play that, which isn't bad, because he wants to play over here again, right? But there's still this descent because he can't play on either side of here. So it's a really good connection for me. And there was no way he was going to stop it, not after this. That regretfully is just not going to work. There was really no reason to play that. I could have just taken the 3 stones on the outside. He offered them up, but I wanted to connect up my groups. Playing the cut here is also completely acceptable, because where are the stones going to go? These have 2 liberties. This group is fine. Once you cut, this has 2 liberties. There's a cutting point there. So he could have done. Here we simply count very carefully. Take his shape point away. Don't let him surround you. And by that I mean, if I played a surround right now, maybe I still kill him, but I just gave him a base. Not the end of the world, like we mentioned. We can still get a nice area over here. But, I let him sacrifice. That much stronger. So I ensured that that's not going to happen. Now he's still looking. I didn't want to do any kind of hane here, so I just connected nice and solid. Just surrounding him here. That was a slight mistake, by the way. I should have played here. That way, if he plays this, we could do whatever we wanted to, really, because we're all connected now. But whatever. This sadly doesn't work. We can still kill him if we play here. There's really nowhere for him to play that gives him an Iron Sente, right? I mean that's dead as is. I guess we could play here if we wanted to, but yeah, that's dead. Played away, reduced a little bit, got some for ourselves. And yeah, that's the end of that. Oh, right, this one. All I was pointing out here was if I play something like this, we're currently fighting to make this work. Doesn't work quite yet, but as you can see, that's the idea. We would probably play one more move back in here to make certain that it does. And then go back and do this. Now that I think about that, though, we could actually play here if we were really getting into the whole counting thing. Because if he defends this, then you can see where that leads, right? We take, and then that dies. Even if we weren't able to read that. Very, very tough. Very, very tough to go anywhere with those stones. And that was the end of that. Yeah, I could have played here, I guess. If I really wanted to kill it, I could have tried to play there. But then again, this seems to have worked quite nicely as well. So all you have to do to kill this is just to play back. If he plays here, we play here. We throw in and kill that. If he plays here, we throw in. If he connects, it's still dead. So yeah, all we really did was we took advantage of the shape. Took advantage of 2 shape points. That's all we did. There was a shape point here, there was a shape point here, and then we trusted our direction of play until we got to the point where we just needed to make shapes in order to fight. It really was that simple. As long as we had strong direction of play. I guess there's one other thing we had to do. We had to evaluate which cutting stone was more important. That was also a really important lesson in this fight. Once he did cut us, making sure that we knew which one was the weak one is important. Like if we went over here and then he does this first, oh man, we can't do that anymore because of the cut. And if we play here, that's bad. We fixed the wrong one and now we're just getting wrecked in the middle. Suddenly all of this is his potential because we screwed up the cutting stones. We misidentified which one was stronger. That would have been embarrassing. Oh, that would have been so embarrassing. Instead we didn't do that. Found his shape points, and the rest was history. So I hope you enjoyed this game. I think there were quite a few different aspects of this game that kind of improve your fighting a bit. I think next game we will be at 3Q for our Back to Basics fighting series. Join me for that. Looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll be out next week. And I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.